This is Inglewood, one of Chicago's most infamous and misunderstood neighborhoods. We're keeping it raw and uncut. This isn't a tourist spot, it's a place built on history, hardened by survival, and known across the country for reasons both tragic and iconic. We're walking through the heart of the South Side, where the pavement tells stories, and every corner has a name. Let's start where it all began. Inglewood was once a booming community. Back in the early 1900s, it was a thriving hub for working-class families, Irish, German, and later Black migrants from the South during the Great Migration. At one point, it had one of the busiest shopping districts outside of downtown. But like a lot of places in America, the prosperity didn't last forever. By the 60s and 70s, white flight started hitting Inglewood hard. Jobs left, businesses closed, and when opportunity dried up, something else crept in to fill the void. Poverty, crime, and the birth of some of Chicago's most powerful gangs. Inglewood became a stronghold in the war for street control. This is where the gangster disciples took root, founded by Larry Hoover right here in the city. Hoover would later become one of the most notorious gang leaders in American history, and Inglewood was ground zero for the organization's rise. And it wasn't just the GDs, Black Peace Stones, Vice Lords, and other sets started carving up blocks, tagging territory, and living by street codes that replaced broken systems. Gang life became generational. Kids growing up here weren't just raised by families. They were raised by corners, by crews, by the streets themselves. But this isn't just a war zone. There's culture here. There's pride. There's resistance. Let's take this street by street. We're walking along 63rd, once the commercial lifeline of Inglewood. Today, it's a mix of boarded up buildings and patches of hope. You'll see community gardens on vacant lots where gunshots used to ring out. You'll also pass the new Kennedy King College campus, one of the few signs of reinvestment, a beacon that maybe, just maybe the tide could turn. But let's not get too optimistic. The trauma here runs deep. The population of Inglewood has been cut in half over the last few decades. Abandoned homes and lots outnumber working ones in some parts. Systemic neglect didn't just happen, it was planned. Redlining, disinvestment, schools getting shut down while police budgets ballooned. This place has been stripped to the bone and left to fend for itself. Still, out of all that, greatness has come. Inglewood gave us Jennifer Hudson, a Grammy and Oscar-winning powerhouse who grew up right in the thick of it. It birthed Derrick Rose, former NBA MVP, who carried the weight of this neighborhood on his back when he made it to the league. These weren't just success stories, they were symbols. Proof that even here, among all the rubble and the shadows, diamonds still grow. But fame doesn't mean the neighborhood changed. In fact, some of the most well-known Chicago drill artists like Dirk, Keith, Vaughn, Duck, and others either came from Inglewood or were deeply tied to its streets. Their music is filled with the pain and pride of this place. You can hear Inglewood in the bass lines, in the lyrics, in the rage, and the melancholy. The drill scene isn't just music, it's a war report. And for every artist that made it out, there are countless more who didn't. Murals around here aren't just for celebrities, they're memorials. Young men who didn't see 21, kids who had dreams but no way to make them real. The violence here ain't just random, it's rooted, it's territorial, historical, it's economic, and yet Inglewood fights back. You've got organizers, street medics, and local leaders trying to hold it together. People like Tamar Manasseh, founder of Mothers Against Senseless Killings, who patrolled these streets wearing hot pink shirts and feeding the community. People who refuse to give up on this place, because to them, Inglewood ain't just a zip code, it's home. You'll pass corner stores with bulletproof glass, but you'll also pass block parties, soul food spots, churches with cracked windows still holding Sunday service. You'll see kids playing on streets their older brothers died on. That's Inglewood. Harsh, resilient, and still breathing. So as we wrap this walk, understand this. You don't come to Inglewood to judge it. You come here to witness it, to see the truth for yourself, not the headlines. Not the headlines they print when someone dies, but the real living pulse of a community that's been through hell and still wakes up fighting. This is Inglewood. Raw, broken, beautiful.